I'm a delivery driver for a local pizza restaurant, and I've had my fair share of strange encounters while on the job. But this one particular delivery will haunt me for the rest of my life. It was a typical Friday night, and I was delivering to a house on the outskirts of town. The GPS took me down a long dirt road, and I could barely see anything in the darkness. As I got closer to the house, I noticed that there were no lights on and no cars in the driveway. I rang the doorbell a few times, but no one answered, and just as I was about to leave, I heard a faint whisper coming from inside the house. It sounded like a child's voice, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. I called out, "Hello? Is anyone there?" But there was no response. I was about to leave when I heard the whisper again, this time louder and more urgent. I hesitated for a moment, but my curiosity got the better of me. I slowly pushed open the unlocked door and stepped inside. The house was completely dark, except for a flickering candle in the corner of the room. As I made my way towards the candle, I heard a door creaking open upstairs. I froze, not sure if I should leave or investigate, but before I could make a decision, a figure appeared at the top of the stairs. It was a little girl, dressed in a white nightgown and holding a teddy bear. She looked about 6 years old, and her face was covered in scratches and bruises. I could see fear in her eyes as she whispered, "Please help me. He's coming back." Suddenly, I heard heavy footsteps coming from the hallway. The girl's eyes widened in terror, and she ran towards me. I picked her up and ran towards the front door, but it was locked from the outside. We were trapped. I could hear the footsteps getting closer, and I knew we had to find a place to hide. I spotted a closet door and opened it, pushing the girl inside. I closed the door and held my breath as the footsteps grew louder. The door to the room slowly creaked open, and a tall, shadowy figure stepped inside. I could hear him breathing heavily, and I knew he was searching for us. My heart was pounding in my chest, and I prayed that the girl wouldn't make a sound. We waited in the closet for what felt like hours, but eventually the footsteps receded, and the house fell silent once again. I slowly opened the closet door and peeked outside. The coast was clear, and I scooped up the girl in my arms and ran out of the house as fast as I could. I called the police as soon as I got back to my car, and they arrived at the scene within minutes. It turned out that the girl had been kidnapped by a man who had been hiding out in the abandoned house. The man was arrested, and the girl was reunited with her family. I quit my job as a delivery driver soon after that incident. The fear and adrenaline rush of that night will stay with me forever, but I'm grateful that I was able to save that little girl.